Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Building a City in Minecraft. It's been a while. I want to apologize for that. Yeah, this video, the recording at least, of the time lapse, I've had ready for probably close to 3 months. However, the recording you're hearing now is happening on the 14th of September. Yeah. So my life has been kind of crazy, mixed with me coming to the realization that I absolutely hate editing anything. So I kept putting it off. So I would make a recording of my voice and then I'd have to edit it, and I just didn't. And then the voice recording became irrelevant because it was way past any of the dates I talked about. So I just kept pushing it off and not doing anything about it. I honestly also haven't been touching my computer very much lately. I've been doing other things. School has started up again, life has been busy. So yeah, there's all that. But I wanted to get back into this series because, believe it or not, I do like making YouTube videos. It's just not always, top of my list of the most fun things to do, especially when it comes to that editing part. Not something I'm particularly good at, and anything that I'm not good at, I don't have fun doing. So yeah, there you go. But anyways, besides all of that, this episode, if you don't get the reference, it's Barney, because I grew up watching Barney. Yeah, so it's a cleanup episode, right? We're fixing everything up for the next episode, which is the next world tour, which should have come out forever ago, but it's gonna come out later this week. Later this week, I promise. This episode, like I said, recording it on the 14th, gonna edit it on the 14th. It's coming out on the 15th. I'm saying this now, the 15th of September. I can do this. And then the Friday of this next week, of course after the 15th, is when episode 20 will come out, and that will be the next world tour. As for what episode 21 and going forward is going to be about, primarily, especially in the beginning, is going to be about the Montgomery Park, like our version of Central Park there. And with that also, so probably just more things like this kind of episode where we're just cleaning up, adding some things in the background. Like I said, I think after episode 10, which was the last world tour, there's going to be work happening in the background that doesn't end up in episodes, cleanup work, add additions to old areas, things like that you'll see then in episode 30, which will be the third world tour. As for what I have been doing when I haven't been playing Minecraft very much, because I really haven't been, I got super addicted to Planet Coaster 2. Still am. I'm extremely excited for the next DLC coming out. So excited. I'm so ready to get back in already. For reference, I was actually planning on making a video for this channel of Planet Coaster 2 in addition with the Minecraft, because I do want to get more like quote unquote variety content onto this channel to have like things to supplement Minecraft. So when I'm not in a super Minecrafty mood, I still have things that I could be posting, because believe it or not, working on this city nonstop isn't always the most fun thing. It is fun, but sometimes you need a little bit of a break. And Planet Coaster was a really good break. The problem is I did a lot in there and then never made a video of it. And I don't know, Planet Coaster is a lot harder, I think, to make a video, at least for me and how I do things, because in Minecraft, this episode is for the most part how I work, right? I come up with a series of buildings that I want to do and I build them. And I complete each building, so at least there's something to show, even if, like, as you can see, the area behind this building you're watching right now is like totally empty. There's nothing there. The streets aren't completely done yet. There's a lot of detail that's missing from these areas that I'll add in back later, because that's just how I work. And it works okay in a Minecraft format, but it doesn't really work that well in Planet Coaster, at least in my opinion. So I struggle with the fact that while I have a lot of work done in the save that I've worked on in Planet Coaster, it doesn't look like it, because spending 10 hours in Minecraft looks very different than spending 10 hours in Planet Coaster. Spending 10 hours in Planet Coaster could literally just be doing curbs on pathways. Spending 10 hours in Minecraft could be half the city, just depending on how fast you build, and are you really into it? Do you have the motivation at that time? So it's really hard to do that. It's a lot easier to get the content to make a build in Minecraft, but I don't necessarily always have the motivation to, because I like playing other games and they are very different. With Minecraft, I'm focusing more so on the big picture, whereas Planet Coaster, I love focusing on one build and just getting like the cornice right, just getting it perfect, exactly how I want it, and it makes me so happy, and watching how it plays with the light and shadow and everything looks amazing, and I can be really precise in that game. You can't really be as precise in Minecraft, which I'm okay with. I love both styles for different reasons. I love the preciseness of Planet Coaster because I can be more precise. I can be more specific on exactly what I want. Whereas in Minecraft, it's a lot easier to build large sections and to have large areas and big plazas with everything done around it. So it feels a lot more big and massive, whereas Planet Coaster tends to feel more cozy and intimate and very small, kind of highly detailed spaces. And I like both for different reasons. And part of the reason, and that's part of the reason why I go back and forth between playing those two games, is because I like them for those different reasons. So feel free to let me know in the comments if you do want a video. I'm thinking about posting one anyways. It's not going to be your typical Planet Coaster content of here's the entire build that I did or section. It'd be more like a tour through what I have and just kind of an explanation of what I'm talking about. If you guys would like more of an actual series in Planet Coaster, I would actually think about doing that, but I don't want to put too much force or effort into that if no one is gonna care, So you'll have to let me know in the comments. Speaking of comments, I did want to say a thank you for all the comments left behind. I really do appreciate it. I haven't even been on my YouTube account for a bit. It's mainly been watching like College Humor and things like that. I haven't been on YouTube very much. Been watching a lot of K-dramas on Netflix recently. I've kind of gotten a little bit addicted, I'll say. Yeah, I probably need to take a break from that because I've just been on a kick lately. I'm just watching everything. But yeah, so I do need to get back into this, but I do appreciate all of the comments that are left, and I do try to respond to all of them as best I can. Especially if you guys have questions, feel free to ask questions. If I find it to be a more of an important question, I may answer it in a video, possibly. In fact, I'll say right now, if you have any questions, leave it now, because I feel like a world tour episode is the perfect time to have a little bit of a Q&A if you guys do have any bigger questions, or like what inspired me, or things like that. I couldn't come up with any questions off the top of my head. It'll be easy to impress me with what your questions are, because I can't think of any right now. But yeah, I just wanted to say a quick thank you to you guys for that. I really do appreciate it. Also, to everyone who likes and subscribes. I checked the other day how many subscribers I had because I was just curious. I figured it would have gone down, which would make sense to me because I haven't posted in forever, but lo and behold, I have more subscribers now than when I left. I don't know what you guys are subscribing for. I mean, I guess for this, but thank you, I guess. Like, seriously, my channel was basically all well and dead. I mean, not to me, I always intended to continue, but as far as you guys knew, I was never going to post again, and yet here you are still subscribing, and I really appreciate that because, that tells me that there are people who genuinely enjoy this content and want more of it. So yeah, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. Now, I did talk about watching K-dramas, which I think is the perfect segue into talking about recommendations. If you're new to this episode for whatever reason, I've started doing recommendations lately of a movie and a book or show or whatever every episode. Hopefully every episode. Some episodes I might have forgotten. That's just how it goes sometimes. but because I'm a big media person and I love watching things and reading things, and it's just a lot of fun. So my recommendations this time for the book, I'm going to recommend the book Wicked. I know that the movie Wicked came out. I watched that first. It was amazing. Because it was so amazing, I decided to get the book, and I'm actually having a lot of fun reading it. I haven't finished it yet, but it's a lot of fun to read. It's kind of kooky and strange, but it's so fun. It's a journey. I recommend reading that. That's the book I recommend. As for the movie/show, I had a movie listed from forever ago, but again, recently I've been watching a lot of K-dramas, so I switch it up. I'm recommending you a show. Watch, and I mean this, you need to watch Extraordinary Attorney Woo. It's on Netflix. It's amazing. It's so adorable. It's so incredibly cute. I have cried so much while watching it. So if that's what you're looking for, there you go. Yeah, it's so good. I love it so much. I haven't even finished that show either. I'm on episode 14 right now, so no spoilers. Just kidding. I'll probably finish it this weekend. There's no way I'm waiting till Monday to finish watching that show. I am finishing the last 2 episodes. And Netflix, if somehow you are hearing this, I need a season 2. I haven't even finished, but there needs to be a season 2. And the fact that there isn't one makes me upset. So Netflix, get on that. The show deserves it. It's so good. I love it. Genuinely, I was watching some with my sister, and we were talking about it, and she's like, I genuinely think this is the most well-written K-drama I've ever seen. And I was like, yes, agreed, same. I've been watching a lot of K-dramas recently. I love all of them dearly, which is why I've been so addicted. But this show genuinely has amazing writing, fantastical acting. It is just truly amazing. It is so, so good. I genuinely recommend anyone listening to this to watch it right now. Watch it and then like it. Do the double thumbs up like on Netflix so that they hear us and finally learn that we want more. We demand more, Netflix. Please. I also, kind of going back to things that have been distracting me, I did manage to purchase City Skylines 2. Not recently, a while ago. Before my computer started, not having fun, and I had to fix it. And then I just kind of never played it. I opened it up lately, realized that I need a new graphics card, which is never a fun thing when you finally open up a new game you bought forever ago, only to realize that you probably need to update. Yeah. So that's what I'm working for next, is a new graphics card. I can't tell you what I have right now, not because I can't. Well, not because it's not allowed, but because off the top of my head, I don't remember. I'm not a computer person, believe it or not. I'm not very knowledgeable. I do what I'm told. I happen to know a very good computer place that has helped me multiple times now, and I really appreciate that because I would know nothing on my own. They're great. I love them. So shout out to the local small, not big corporation, but the local small computer shops, because they're the ones who know what they're talking about. But anyways, part of me getting into City Skylines 2 is because I have a lot of hours in the first game. I've played a lot of it. I also love watching City Skylines YouTubers, and this is kind of a weird thing because I did recommendations of movies and things, but I do watch a lot of YouTube, believe it or not. Haven't watched a ton lately, like I said, but when I am watching YouTube, it is mostly like creative game content. Minecraft YouTubers, obviously. I feel like that part's probably obvious, but also Planet Coaster YouTubers and City Skylines YouTubers. And for whatever reason, I wrote down for Planet Coaster some YouTubers that I could recommend, but honestly, let's do City Skylines this time because there are some really great YouTubers out there who probably don't need my recommendation. They have way more subscribers than I do. But in case you are curious about what City Skylines is, I mean, I'm building a city in Minecraft. If you like building cities, if that's why you're here, I would totally recommend checking City Skylines out and checking out some of these YouTubers to see like, is this actually a game that I'd be interested in? Because you might be surprised. You might actually really like it. My first recommendation that I could not recommend higher, City Planner Plays, 100% recommend. If you really want to understand what playing City Skylines is like actually playing the game with a creative mindset, but playing the game, totally recommend City Planner Plays. I will link his channel in the description if I can. I'm pretty sure I can. I don't know if you have to have a certain amount of subscribers to do that, but I'm pretty sure I can. So I will, if I can. It should be there. My other recommendation is $2.20, who I recommend if you really are a creative person and you're like, you know what, I don't want to play the game in a sense how it was intended. I'm going to play it past its abilities. I'm going to push this game to the limit and make it the creative, like, city simulator that I need. I would recommend watching his channel for more of that kind of content. I think both of them should be on your radar if you're at all curious about City Skylines. Also, Biffa Plays, who I remember watching when I was younger, a lot younger, do Minecraft stuff way back in the day, and then just kind of like stopped watching for a very long time, and then recently started getting into some of his City Skylines content. If you're into traffic management and you love roads and infrastructure, he is the channel for you. So I think there's a good mix between those three channels, especially of getting the kind of gameplay, but with a creative mindset, to pushing the game to be a creative builder in a sense, versus focusing directly on traffic issues and realistic traffic management and infrastructure and that kind of a thing. Yeah, all three of those channels will be linked in the description. Again, none of them need to be linked, but you know what? That's just what I want to do. I think they deserve it. They have given me, those three channels especially, have given me so many hours of content and comfort in times of harsh studying. You know, there's been times where I'm studying for a test and I just need something to distract myself, and I couldn't ask for anything better. So I'm relaying that information to you in case you need some content to listen to in those times. There you go. You know, by the way, I'm just now realizing, because I obviously, when I record, I watch the actual time lapse going by that you guys are watching, and I'm realizing we're coming up on the end of this episode. There's gonna be no flyover, by the way, because next episode is a world tour, and also all of the builds are like really far apart, so no flyover this episode. It's gonna end after the finishing of this build, which is my favorite one, this cathedral. I love it so much. But anyways, what's so funny is that my original intention was that I wasn't going to talk the whole time and that I was going to leave it off and have some music in the middle. We're almost near the end. So I guess I just like talking, which is probably why I'm doing YouTube. YouTube is the place for people who talk too much, because you can't talk enough when you're on YouTube. Well, you probably can. You probably can. I think I'll manage. I will manage to hit that threshold and get past that point. So anyways, there you go. But yes, the builds this episode, as you probably have noticed, are all over the place, a little bit chaotic, kind of like me. But I do genuinely love all of them, but I love this cathedral so much. It's something that is literally not possible without Axiom, so thanks again to the people who created Axiom. It's so amazing. I mean, you could probably recreate it with the debug stick, but it's just so much easier with Axiom tool. You'll see in a bit I have walls directly next to each other without them connecting, which allows for more dense pillars in this topper here. You'll see in a bit. There you go. So you see that they're right next to each other, but they don't connect, which allows for that density. And without that, I don't think it would look right. I thought about it a lot, but I was like, it needs to have that density of the pillars in order to look good. Especially you can see on these corner pieces, it brings it all together. I'm kind of sad that vanilla Minecraft doesn't have something like that, but I also get why. But I mean, look at it, it adds so much. But anyways, this episode is very quickly coming to a close. So I'm gonna leave us out here with an outro, otherwise I'm gonna get cut off. So thank you so much, everyone, for commenting, liking, subscribing, and sticking around. I hope to see you guys in the next one, which will be the World Tour. I will see you then. Goodbye.